Hi everyone. This is a video I forgot to do earlier today, but bowl was really good today. Really, really good. Okay. To recap a little bit yesterday, Carter had a great idea to expand the line from just fashion to jewelry and other high-end goods. And I told you that Steffi might be opposed, but Eric was on his side. So I see the idea going through. That's what I said yesterday. Now I have more info on it, and the reason why I said lock the door, I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so uh, which I really like the relationship between Hope and Carter because of not only are they nice people and they deserve good relationship, they deserve to have a good relationship, but he listens to Hope's ideas and then he implements them right away. Meaning that he had the idea to expand the line, but he was nervous. So she said, "You should do it." Very, very supportive, and he did it. He had a meeting, called a meeting, which I have to remind you guys if you don't know, he's the COO of Forrester Creations, so he's up there. Um, okay, so he decided to call a meeting and talk to Ridge, and it turned out that he was talking to everybody, but his intention was to talk to Ridge about his idea, right? Okay, so then it's going really good. He's got Zendaya in the room, and Steffi, and Brooke, and Ridge, and everybody. And Hope is kind of watching them and stuff like that. So really cool. Okay, he comes in there really passionate and everything. And everybody is like, "Oh, that's a great idea, great, great," you know. And Steffi is like, I don't know what's up with Steffi. I don't know if they tell her to act like aloof, but she just reads aloof to me all the time. Um, so I'm like, all right, victory. They're gonna think about it, and I think they're seriously gonna consider it. Now they did have some good points about things to be um, slightly concerned about. If you're uh, trying to build a new uh, branch of a company, you have to have funding for it. And on this scope, he already mentioned it was going to be mergers and acquisitions. Um, so that means you have loans and pretty high loans with other companies. Not to say they can't do it or they wouldn't, I don't think they would get in financial trouble, but it is something to consider. So at least their arguments were sound. So I appreciate that. Um, but then again, Steffi was like, I don't know. But then, no. But then first Carter called her on it and said, "Well, I don't want it to be because you have personal feelings. You shouldn't let your personal and business, coincide with business." I'm like, all right, yeah. But then after he finished the pitch, Steffi was talking to Ridge, her dad, and she said, I don't know, I don't feel good about it." And I was like, all right, just come on, Steffi. Oh, and then, so what's great, another thing I liked was that Carter, although he was asking for himself, he did say that they should put more money into Hope for the Future line. So he wants Hope to climb the ladder with him, which is cool. Okay, so that's all good. Everything's good. However, um, the reason why I said lock the door is um, they had a successful pitch. Carter had a successful pitch, and Hope was there, and she she said, "See, I told you it was great, great." So then, okay, they were hot for each other. So they start, undressing. And then they weren't like, okay, Carter had taken his shirt off. And then Hope was taking her shirt off. And then she kind of stops him. And I'm like going, no, 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 don't stop him again. What's up with this? I was, I was going to get mad at Hope. But then I was like, oh, she heard somebody like, and she was saying, stop because she heard somebody at the door or something. So lo and behold, her mother comes in the door and is like, what? And like the shocked look on her face. And I'm going, lock the door. Does no one lock the door anymore? Jeez, this happened before with somebody else. And I'm like, lock the door. So I don't know. And then of course, they had the spoiler because this happened right before the episode was going to end for today. So they had the spoilers for next week, right? And Steffi says to Hope, "Oh, well, now I understand why Carter was so supportive of you. You must have a relationship going. There must have been something else." And she had floated the suspicion before, but I don't know. And knowing Steffi, she's not going to take it well. And she might be the level of vindictive where she says, oh, well, we shouldn't do this because Carter and Hope are fraternizing or whatever, you know? Um, how dare they have a personal relationship while they're at the company? Something like that. I can see her saying something like that. But yeah. Oh, the other major thing. Okay, so and this made me excited because, well, I'll tell you a little something about me. I like crossover episodes where they have a show or something, any kind of genre actually, and they have the basic, cast, and then they add cast from a sister show on that show, and they're all supportive. So here's the idea. They want to because he wants to get into the fragrance business along with all the other things. He's thinking about he says, maybe we should talk to the people in Genoa City, meaning Jabot, meaning YNR. So if everything goes through, we might see a crossover episode with some people from YNR on Bold and the Beautiful. That would be great. I love those because usually they write the storyline where everyone's supportive of each other and it's not like a cat fight. So I like it. I enjoy it. So uh, keep that in the back of your mind. And if I find out when the crossover episodes are going to happen, I'll give you a closer date when I find out. Okay? All right. Bye, guys.